Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over some coins and discuss these coins here. Atom or Cosmos, Binance Coin, and Chainlink. Some of the older coins, if you will. We'll go over these and suss these coins out. You can see over here on the right of my screen, the traditional financial markets are rocking and rolling, It is going to be a concern once these guys correct. What's going to do to the crypto market? The pressure from those, they're going to correct. What's that going to do to crypto? But it doesn't necessarily mean if they're going down, crypto has to go down. Kind of like now, because they're going up and crypto's going down. So it's not necessarily true, but it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. So anyhow, long term, or I should say like medium term, until when the correction's over in cryptocurrency with Bitcoin, I'm bullish. We just have another month or so to wait, maybe a little bit longer. July could go into the beginning of August, definitely through the end of June, guys. So I wanted to go over some coins. There's a lot of there's a lot of people starting to get scared in crypto. Like I think they're really getting scared, and I don't see that boldness, the boldness on crypto Twitter as much anymore, man. I'm trying to see, well, I think I'm going to wait, which is probably a pretty good idea. I mean, waiting in crypto or waiting in trading is usually a good skill to have, and being patient, in my opinion. But wanted to go over Cosmos here and check this one out. Now, I'm not an advocate of Cosmos. I'm not going to buy it. It's bullish. There's no doubt about that, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you have a coin that went up into a wave and it's over here and it's nowhere near the lows. So you have a really good shot at some time in the future. This coin, Cosmos, will break all-time highs of 45 bucks. When? I don't know. Probably not on this wave. I'll show you why. Okay. So not on this wave that's coming up whenever the next wave starts. So I trade waves, guys. Like if Cosmos is going up here, okay, it's like, once you go up to the wave, you want to exit out of the wave, okay, that you're pretty sure, like, maybe this is different, but a wave that's going to go up here and it can end. It's all going to depend on what's going on with the markets, what's going on with TradFi, various other things too. So I'm talking about the next wave. But with Cosmos, it has a wave right here. On the monthly chart, actually, it looks pretty good, in my opinion. You can see the thing that I noticed on the monthly chart. You want to go through all the time frame charts. People keep looking at these 4-hour charts and 2-hour charts on crypto, guys. You got to zoom out a little bit and take a look at the monthly charts. Okay. Is this three-wave move. Okay. And then this move. So it looks like to me, it's like a three-way move, a move up and a three-way move back. Okay. That's how I'm looking at that. With a nice wick over here. That's not to say that it's done. That could be a third wave. Third waves go down and make nice wicks like that. But it's pretty good signal. So far, so good for Cosmos. Now, I was looking at this coin and this what it did over here, this like freaking snake move. When they start doing stuff like that, man, I usually stay away. I'm like, I mean, at least if I'm going to go into them, I'm not going to take as much risk because I'm like, it's not too much clarity on that. So it's not a clean wave. But that's no surprise what's been going on in the cryptocurrency market. It's not looking good. And I still have this deal that a lot of the old coins, like this ENS and EOS and all these other old coins, they're just going to fall off and go away. Or not, I don't want to say go away, but they'll be hanging out and they'll just be going up, down, up, down, up, down, for who knows how long, guys. But, that's what's going to be happening. And then some of these other coins, like maybe Cosmos will be okay because it's like an infrastructure deal. Chainlink is probably okay because it's like infrastructure. But some of these ones that are not providing value and people are going to aren't going over to their chain to hang out and do things, are just there and they're saying, we got this great chain, but nobody uses it. They're going to go away. They're going to go away. Now crypto is going to have to attract people. You're going to have to attract people to their chain. And if they, the old ones, like Solana's doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they got issues, as far as the chart goes, they're doing pretty good, but the old ones are just not going to be any attraction to people to come in that are new too. They're not here now and they're going to come in. It's going to be the new shiny objects and they're all going to be popping off, in my opinion. And it's just new flow of capital is going to go into the new ones because crypto, it goes through hype cycles. So these coins go through hype cycles and they go into, not all of them, but most of them go through this long drawn out correction that lasts, excuse me, that lasts sometimes for years. The years I showed on my previous video, ENS, not ENS, EOS, been in correction for 5 years. And so that's why you exit at the top of these, at the top, guys, on these coins, when they go and break all-time highs or they go near tops or top of a wave. That's why you exit out, okay? So one of the reasons, especially on crypto. But this section here, okay, it made a nice wave in here, okay? It impulsed in this section when Bitcoin impulsed, okay? But it didn't break the highs, and then it came over here and break the lows. So that one's straightforward. That tells you this is a flat. Now, I checked it out. It is a flat. You got a three-way move right there. You got a three-way move right here. And it looks like you're going to have another three-way move right here. I don't think it's done. I think it's coming up right here and maybe a fourth wave bounce, and it's going to come back down like the 6.78 potentially. I can be wrong about that, but I think it's got one more down for Cosmos, guys. But what's interesting here, that's kind of confusing people on the time that's taking this wave. So let's say this is 273 days, 280 days, 287, maybe 294 days, right? So you have what you have here is you have a real long drawn out correction, right? Okay. I mean, just to really, really annoy people. This is so freaking annoying, right? You're expecting, hey, it went bullish and now I'm overbending this move for months. It's driving me nuts, right? That's what they do. That's what they do. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I just like hate these things. They're called flats. They're called flats, if you want to know. And I hate them too. And I mean, except the expanded flats, but these flats are like that. And they do happen. And I want to show you an example where this does happen. Bitcoin did it in 2015. Veracity did it. So I have two examples, but come up into this wave, right? Okay, so I'm not saying that this made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it went to this whole flat area. I'm not saying this is going to rip on a 3. It very well could. It very well could. I mean, you know, it's over here, but you're definitely looking at some pretty decent targets, in my opinion, as long as Cosmos doesn't break that low, which I don't think that it is, guys. I don't think that it is. I think it's going to maintain that $5.58 low, okay? But these targets that I'm looking at, okay, for Cosmos, which I won't be getting into Cosmos. I think it's going to come down and hit that 684 area is the one-to-one for that fair value gap. And then also there's going to be a 28, and the realistic target right here is going to be that $34. Okay, so if you bought it from bottom to top, 398%, that's not realistic because most people aren't going to get the exact. So you'd be looking at like 250% more realistic. And that really could, that's a probable idea that could happen with Cosmos. And I think that will probably be the whole leg. And it's probably not going to hit logarithmic. I'm not going to think. Yeah, so 1.618 to 2 points. So it won't be on logarithmic. And maybe you have something right here. If it does decide to impulse out, you know, it could be something like that, guys. You know, maybe the fourth is going to go on a little bit longer, and then boom, right there at that 2.27, which would be, you know, really your 28 to 33 would be a zone. Like if I was exit out of here, I seen it go into 28, I'd like go up, and I'd be exiting out all through that pink area is what I would be doing. Okay, so just to protect what you have, you want to protect what you put in there. So let's say you put in like down here at, let's say you grab some at 7, you started going in at 767, and then you grab some at 690, maybe 698 a little bit, and then it turns around and it finally starts getting out of there, and then you ride it up, you know. You would definitely want to see what's going on here and going, okay, what's going on? This is the one-to-one zone thing too, I think. And then definitely right here at 28.1, you know, I would have that bag and I would be taking some off the table right there. Right there. You just do it. You don't go, oh, let me check Twitter. I did Twitter. Let's see. Yeah, they're looking pretty good, man. Oh yeah, guy said he's buying some more Cosmos, which that's probably a lie. He's probably pumping his bag. He bought it down here, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just added to my bag of Cosmos at 28 because I think it's going to 120." Right? Isn't that how that works? Come on, guys, man. That's what they do, man. A guy did it with Quant too. I knew he was full of crap. Quant's like $200. I just added like $55,000 to Quant because it's going to 400. You know, it's advertised it on that. And I'm sure the guy had bought his bag down at $50, trying to get other guys to go in there and buy it. I was like, geez, I was like, face palm. You know what I'm saying, guys? So anyhow, that's what you do. And then it goes in there 30 and then 33, just as an example. But that's neither here nor there. That's if it gets up there. But the reality of it, let me go explain something to you. That you have a really good shot that Cosmos here did make a flat. It's got all the hallmarkings of a flat because of the amount of time it took, and it didn't break the low. Okay. So if you look at this Cosmos chart, right, it's actually a pretty decent chart. I'll give Cosmos credit where credit's due for being an older coin. It came out 20. Is this when it started? April 19th. And then it came out here 20, March of 20, and it started ramping up, which, by the way, remember all the guys that told you if QT, quantitative tightening, was going on, interest rates were raising up, and there was no liquidity going into the markets can't go up. Well, take a look at the NASDAQ, guys. Is it going up since October, November 22? Yeah, it has been. So there you go. Next time they say that, and 10 years down the road, whenever this is going to happen again, because it will happen again, just remember this if you're still around in the markets, that is. So here it is. It went up into this diagonal wedge type pattern because the fourth wave here went on top of that wave and it corrected over here. And when you have a wedge that goes up, there's various targets, but it depends on how big the wedge is. It's a small wedge, you know, it goes to the bottom of the wedge usually, but the bottom of the fourth wave and the bottom to the second wave. Okay, so here's the bottom of the fourth wave. Here's the bottom of the second wave, and it's right in between. So it's in the zone. So nice correction, went up, and then I think it's looking pretty good, in my opinion, guys, as long as it doesn't break that low, $5.54, and it'd be all right, in my opinion. But I'm not going to get into it because I don't like this wave over here. This is a goofy wave, you know? I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I suppose, but I mean, if you're a Cosmos fan, solid coins like Chainlink, you know, infrastructure type play, right? And the chart speaks. Well, I'll say this: it's a lot better looking than Algorand. Algorand's chart, right? You know, Algorand's chart's like this. It went up in something similar like that too, but Algorand's way it's down here, you know, a little bit better. Or this one's a little bit better. So that's how I see Cosmos, and I'm going to go to this flat. I'll show you something about this flat move, okay? Flat move, here we go, this flat. All right, so first off, let me show you Veracity. So here's that Veracity coin, and it did this in the beginning too. It's called a flat move. So these are the areas that get real annoying, and people that were hyped for Veracity, they bought it over here, maybe even over here. But you see what they had to go through? They had to go through the notorious flat move, and there's your 5-wave move right there. Okay, and then they even have to go through this. This is your first wave right there, and you got a little wave down, you got another little wave, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 4 5, and probably 4 5, something like that, right? But my point is that these flats can be in wave 2s, just like it was over here. You see this? Okay. It's up into a way 1 2 3 4 5, and it went 1 2 3 1 2 3, boom, flat. And then it was done with this correction, and it was going to go in this third wave, guys, and start doing the shot out of there. Okay, the shot out of there. Which, by the way, I'm going to show you something on Veracity here, guys. I'm going to show you something on Veracity over here that I'm checking out. Okay, you see this right here? Boom, 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 boom. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Same type move, isn't it? Pretty close, anyhow. So, anyhow, that's Veracity. And let me go to now Bitcoin, and I'll show you guys where Bitcoin made the flat, just to show you proof We'll show you proof, not talking smack, if you will, you know, talking smack. Everybody's kind of bearish on, you know, scared of the coins right now, which maybe they should be. I don't know, man. I mean, like, I would be scared of some of these coins, man. Some of them are not looking so hot. Here it is right here. Okay. This move right here. You see, this was the start of the bull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And then it went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, boom, boom. That's the flat. You see, and look how long this took. It took 161 days. That's actually not too bad compared to what we've been going through lately, isn't it? Because it seems like this is a long time. But then, you know, Bitcoin started rolling out of there pretty good after that. That usually you don't get a move like that, but that's a pretty good move afterwards. That it started doing that, a real good move. As a matter of fact, what was that? 138%. That's bigger than what Bitcoin just did right there, guys. So flats do happen in wave twos, and you have a good shot that Cosmos probably did that. So I remember looking at Cosmos too, and I was like, man, this thing is looking pretty good. And the thing is that I didn't think, you know, these things would go into a flat at the time, right? I was looking at it when it was doing that wave, and I was like, hey, early warning shot. But let's check the retrace, see what it's doing right here. Check the retrace and check that whole wave. Yeah, it's probably heading right there, you guys. 786. Fourth wave bounce, and it's probably going to take its time. You got to remember, too, this isn't just going to go boom. The third waves go like that, and then the fifth waves can drag out. So that would actually fit my time, right? I said for Bitcoin, we're definitely going into June. We're probably going into July, sometime in July, maybe going into August for the correction. So maybe boom, 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 and it takes its time just like that. Boom. And 786 on Cosmos. And then with Cosmos, you have this. You have either A, and this whole thing could be a B, C. Now, most of your Elliott wave technicians are going to go, oh, that wave is so long and arduous. And I mean, look at it. It has all the hallmarks of a B wave. And they're right in a way. They're right in a way. It does have the hallmarks of a B wave. But you can always show them evidence that this was no B wave. This certainly was not a B wave, because look what it did next. That certainly was not A, B, C. And you can show them over here on, back over to Bitcoin. Go back over to Bitcoin in 2015, and you go, okay, Elliott wave technician, what about this? 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, right there. Okay, so that's the reality of it. Plus, crypto does weird stuff, guys. That's at the end of the day, these rules and everything with Elliott wave. I'm telling you, man, the cryptos, man, it's like you gotta wing it. You gotta wing it. I'm just telling you, you gotta wing it. All right, so now we're going to go over Binance coin. All right, I'll go over the bearish situation with Binance. I'll go over the bullish situation with Binance. But this one thing I'll say about Binance, they had a bank run. They had a bank run. And personally, I think Binance did better than most United States banks. Because if that would have happened to United States banks, they would have been done. They would have been done. Come on, man. You know that would happen. Those banks are so weak. Binance can handle it. Maybe CZ should teach something about the financiers of the United States. Say, hey, this is what you need to do. Hey, I think he was ready for this. Okay. I'm not going to go into what I think was going on, but here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. This is what I think. If you really want to piss off Gensler, I want Gensler, man. That dude, you would have pissed him off. Piss this guy off so bad. This is going to piss him off more than anything, man. More than anything in the world. I'll show you what's going to piss him off. If Binance does that, that would really piss him off, wouldn't it? You'd be like, what the hell? It's supposed to go down. It's supposed to go down. I would laugh I'd be love to be a fly on the wall if that happened, man. Because you know he's like, oh, come on, it's going to drop. So, anyhow, I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking, man. You know, I think maybe Gensler is a good guy, right? Maybe he is a good guy. That's a joke too. So anyhow, here's Binance coin, guys. And here's the deal with this coin, okay? So Binance, and I'm going to this area right here. So it has a wave move here, right? It came down and boom, 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 boom. 3-wave move. It came there. that target right there. It came right to the area, that previous fourth wave, and tagged it. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. And now it's over in this area. Boom. And it hasn't broken that low yet either. So what Binance Coin needs to do, if it breaks that low of 183, well, I would say you might have a problem on our hands, or CZ might have a problem on his hands. I don't have any of this coin. Not now. Not now. The time to buy Binance was down here, not up here, in my opinion, because Binance, even if it's going bullish, it's going to be sideways more or less for Binance. Okay. And I'll show you why in a second, why it's going to be sideways for Binance. So in this area, I checked this out, and what was the deal here? I decided to look at the RSI on the weekly, and I said, look at that. Boom, boom, right there. You see that? Boom. And I was like, that has the hallmarks of a flat too. So I was like, what did it do? So it went up into a wave, and you have a good shot that Binance, this is bullish thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, boom. It could have done that. Okay. As long as it holds that low. Now, if you're bearish on Binance, you have to go like this. 3, and then this is 3, and then you take this, and it would go like that. And your target will be 119. It would be over here. There's a, I think it's demand zone or fair value gap that would hit that. And the reason I say that is everybody's saying this is going to be insufficiency. It's going to drop down there. Not necessarily true because of the gap that's right here. Okay, I think there's one. I have to check that, but that would definitely be a target. If it breaks that, then the insufficiency would drop. But the support that it has back here. Okay, now, by the way, this area right here, that is your 1, 2, 1, 2 wave sequence. That right there is like the picture perfect 1, 2, 1, 2 right here. 1, 2, 1, 2. That right there. If you want to look at a picture perfect example of a 1, 2, 1, 2, that's what it looks like. That's picture perfect. That's like textbook perfect right there, guys. So anyhow, with Binance, if it holds that low, it has a shot of making it, guys. It has a shot to make it. And personally, I think if you're in crypto, you want it to make it. And personally, I want to see Binance, and I want to see Gary Gensler's face if it does that. Wouldn't that be great? I would love it, man. That would probably, man, make him get every, is he bald guy yet? I don't think he's bald yet. I can't remember the guy. I just know he's skinny as hell. But the guy's skinny, and, you know, maybe the hair would fall out or something. He saw Binance do that, right? That'd be so great, man. I would love it. I would love to be a fly on the wall seeing it. He's like, what the hell is going on, guy? You Binance coin. What did it do? It do a moonshot, man. It was supposed to dump. I knew I was trying to take it out. So it's supposed to do an FTX. Anyhow, here it is down here. Now, here's the deal with it. If it does decide to do whatever it's going to do, make a move at someday, and there's been sideways. So it's sideways flat. Let's check the time on that. So if that whole thing is a flat, it's 322 days. Okay, so check this out, guys. I want to show you something. Here's another example. Binance Coin has a habit of doing long flats. Did you know that? Because you come down here in January 2018, look at this flat. Where did it start? Right in that area. Look at this flat. Boom. 329-day flat. That's a 329-day flat. So is it unreasonable to think one could have gone up here? Probably not. Probably not. If he's done it before down here. So this flat, a little bit shorter. Now here's another Elliott wave thing to keep saying too. Wave, the second, what is it? The second wave, the wave. This is like this is the primary wave 1, and this is the lower sequence wave 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And they're like, oh, the lower sequence, this wave right here can't be more time than this wave. Well, they're wrong again. Here you go. Look, boom, boom, boom. You see that? 63 days. And then this wave, boom, 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 boom. 203 days. Well, there you go. So show them the evidence. But here's the reason why. If Binance is able to save itself from the Gensler wrath and start doing something over here, and went through all this, I think Binance is going to come down to 205 maybe. It might save itself. I might tag that right there. And it just starts going like, maybe like this or something like that, guys. Okay. Like that. Okay. So here's the reason this like this. Okay. Here's the reason why it's going to go sideways and, not make a moonshot. Nothing like this. That's over for a long time. Okay. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got a 5 with targets at about $700 like that. Okay. And then the issue is back here. Not the issue, but the good thing for Binance is back here. 1, 2, and that will be your 3. And then another 4, who knows how long it'll take, and then 5. So you can see there'd be a long time sideways. It might not be that long. I'm just giving you an idea or an example of what could be going on. It's going to be up a little bit, sideways, and then up, and then another, and then sideways again. So once it's done up here, it's going to be down again, down to these areas. So it's sideways for Binance for the most part, guys. Up a little bit, back down. So sideways. And then you can see down here in this area from the top of that wave, right, to the bottom of wave 2, the second wave 2 is 770 days. But if you go from the top of that wave until it broke that area, right? So now we'll take the time and you can see, let's say it broke it like right in there. 1,162 days. So you can imagine what's going to be going on up here. Let's say 1,000 some days over here. 1,000 July of 24, maybe September, October 24, somewhere over there. And it'll be like this. So anyhow, that's my take on Binance Coin. I hope that makes sense. And just remember, you can go back and look at these assets and glean some information and understand cryptocurrencies a little bit better in their wave patterns. And that right there is a 1-2-1-2 wave sequence. If you see something like that, you jump in there at $5 or $7. You jump there at $7 and you put a stop at $4.40. Right there. And what was that? March of 20. Yeah, March of 20. That's what you would have done. Yeah, try to get it at $6-7. Probably wouldn't have hit it, and you 8-6, and then you just put a stop at $4.40 or $4.30. Because if it breaks it, then it's not a 1-2-1-2. But in this case, it was a 1-2-1-2, and you can see what happens next. Perfect example right there on Binance. Binance is a strong asset. It's bullish. It's bullish until it breaks that low. And they're having a hard time busting this thing down because it's a strong asset. FTX wasn't a strong asset. Obviously, CZ has his crap together. The chart's telling you that. And especially if he doesn't break that low of 188, then more than likely he has his crap together. He had a bank run, guys. Think about this. What happened to FTX when they had a bank run? I mean, they were doomed within what, a week? Look at him. Still okay. Still okay. So let's go over to the next asset. What would be Chainlink? All right, guys, look here at Chainlink. Now, here's another one on the monthly chart. And that's another bullish asset. There's no doubt about that. It's definitely not an Algorand. It's way up here and not down here. So it looks pretty good. And am I on the right Chainlink chart? Hold on for a second. Yeah, no way. I'm not even on the right Chainlink chart. I take that back. You see, that's a really, really good cycle for Chainlink. But I'm checking out some targets on the low end and maybe going in for a run on the high end, the next run for Chainlink. And this whole section, what it did, I think it's a fourth wave, is the best that I can come up with. A long, drawn-out fourth wave, which is possible, that lasted months, almost a year, is the best I can come up with. And then it's coming down in its final fifth wave right here, I think is what's going on from this whole ABC. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this whole thing was the 4, and it's AB, and then finishing off with a C for a very long and arduous correction that probably really wore some people out. I'm glad I wasn't in this thing, man. Jeez. Talk about watching paint dry while this thing went sideways. But anyway, it's Chainlink. Chainlink is a solid coin. You know, it's a solid coin. This one's going to be around for a while. But I think the mega moonshot with Chainlink days like this are not going to be coming anytime soon, guys. You might have a couple more in there, but not on this one, not on this run. So here's the deal. It's coming down here. I have some 6-month fair value gap and a 2-month massive demand zone. Okay, so I think it's already touched it. Yeah, it already touched that demand zone. And then this fair value gap, it's a 6-month fair value gap that I think it could come down to. And I have this trend line on this area too. And also I put this trend right here for the support on Chainlink, because these two candle bodies on the monthly is right there, right there. There's a little bit right there, and there's a wick right there. And excuse me. And then this section right here, I think it come down to, which also happens to be for this whole move on an ABC, this A, B, and then coming down for a C. This also too happens to be right around the 1.618 for the 1.618, the C wave being that long, which is common in crypto for A, B, and then the C is 1.618, the length of times of A, which is common for cryptocurrency in an ABC move like that. So that was the section. So what I'm looking for possibly over the next month or two with Chainlink is that it is probably going to swing back around and hit this trend. And I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down to the 4.5 and also wicks down, maybe down to 4.03. Now, here's the thing. I don't think it's going to do one of these down there either. I think that was the third wave. It's going to pop, and then it's going to be a grind of a fourth wave. Normally, or fifth wave, excuse me. Normally, that's how it goes. It's not like boom, like that, and it pops out of there. So that's what I'm expecting. But I think the optimum area for it is like $3.90, $4 even on Chainlink. And it's probably going to take it a couple months because Bitcoin's going to be doing a correction, like I said, all the way into July, most likely, and maybe even into August. You got to think about that too, guys. So right around this area, this is a monthly chart. So there's August 1st right there. Boom. Okay. So you could see another candle, red candle like that right there for bringing down that fifth wave. Okay. And then on the, let me go to a weekly chart. I'll show you guys weekly chart with some. Okay, so that area, here we are. This is the area. You can see this section right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5 down, right down there, guys, like that. Okay, so I think that would be the optimum area for Chainlink. Now, this one I would consider buying for sure over Cosmos, even though Cosmos. Well, I take that back. Cosmos is actually more bullish if you think about that, because Cosmos already did a wave. But Chainlink's pretty strong coin, guys. You know, it's just been bearish for a while. Maybe it can impress us once again, right? Like it did over there. But these, you know, it likes to go into sideways corrections, guys. I mean, look at this over here, you know, January 18 to June of 18. That's not so bad. And then went up into a wave. Sideways again. Look at that. It looks like a flat. That flat. You can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom. Flat right there. Sideways flat. How long did that take? June of 2019 to March of 20, almost a year. So there's a sideways flat. And then up in this way. So over here. But here are the targets I'm looking for on Chainlink. If it can do it, is the bottom of this fair value gap at 21 to 29. And there's a 31. And most likely, if it's bullish enough, you could be looking at this 38, 39 right in this area, okay? Like a demand zone smart money hit right there. So this area, boom, and this area right here. Now, could it get up and break all-time highs? It very well could. But my best guess is right now, just being realistic, is like that 37. But, you know, I mean, if you got it at $4, that's like some serious moves, guys. I mean, you think about that right there. I mean, not too bad for 856%. Of course, you're not going to get the exact top and the exact bottom, and it might not go up there. It's going to hit its head on this. It could stop in this area, but this certainly would be a target right here, guys. Okay. And it's going to take it some time too. It's not going to just whiz up there. It's probably going to take it, who knows, a year. How long did this wave take? Let's take a look at its first wave down here. First wave, This is a wimpy first wave, but let's see. 147 days on that wave. How long did this wave take? 196 days. So what is that? Just over 6 months. Let's say it's right here in August, 196 days. Let's say 200 days. February 24. February 24. So yeah. And what was this move? How far did this move go? Well, that's 1600%. So yeah, I was ripping there. That was a rip. You know, it's going to be hard to get the time on there, guys. But like generally speaking, it's not going to be done. I'll put it this way: it's not going to be done in 1 month or 2 months, not even 3 months. Probably like 4, 5, 6, maybe even 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. Okay, yeah, it's Chainlink, you know. But then again, it could rip like that over there and surprise us all. But that would be the area, the key area. So right now it's 490 back down to 446 and 399 or $4 would be the area. You could have wicks through there too. And then on this section here is some support, a little bit of resistance. I already showed you that on the monthly. That's why I picked that area, is because the monthly candles, guys. Go to the monthly chart right here. You see the monthly candle bodies? That will be serious support. Okay, right there. Right there with that fair value gap right there. If it just goes halfway through, it will clear that gap. So then it will clear this gap. This gap would be good, and then it's got the liquidity that it's looking for to start doing this trek back up here, okay, to get to these demand zones, okay, where it'd be targeting more like smart money concepts, if you will, okay. So liquidity, and then boom, 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 boom up here, okay. More than likely with those targets up there, guys, what I'd be looking at. If perhaps a cryptocurrency market goes bullish, which I think Bitcoin come July or August potentially will be going more than likely going bullish, in my opinion, guys. I think it's really good news to start seeing a lot more people on crypto Twitter get a lot more bearish. I want to see more 10K Bitcoin stories. You know, Bitcoin's going to 10K. I want to hear more bearish on Bitcoin. I want to see more Titanics in the thumbnails. I want to see more planes flying down into the sea that are on fire with a Bitcoin symbol on it. Do it. Because by the time that they come out and out, it'll turn around. That's how it works. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.